What's happening, Mad Squad? My name's Joe, aka Mad Joe FC, and I just want to let you guys know before we get into these in-depth videos, that's what I'm calling them. They'll be a regular thing whenever a new game trailer or movie trailer comes out. I'm going to do kind of like a analysis on my own personal review on said trailer. And it's nothing professional, like nothing on this channel is professional. I use the equipment I have to make the best content to the best of my ability. So like nothing's professional on this channel. It's just me giving my own personal review, thoughts and opinions, and personal analysis on said trailers. So yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. There is a lot to dissect in this, and I'm a sucker for details. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right on into this. Playback. Also, before we hop into this, I want you guys' opinion on what you think of me using a face cam. The only reason I'm using a face cam is because I like to visually express things with like hand motions and hand gestures, as you can see. So I don't have to use a face cam. Like that's perfectly fine. Like if you don't want to me to have a face cam, like just let me know in the comments. Like either way is perfectly fine. But for this first review, I'm gonna do a face cam. I want to start with this very first shot right here with Peter running, obviously going to change into his Spider-Man suit. I wonder where he was, like what situation made him have to do this. I love how he's like right in the rural area of New York. You can see the bridge right under him, and I just love this shot of him, having to run behind an alley to change into his spider suit. Which leads us to this right here. I love this. Explains so much for me because in Civil War, I remember his skin tight suit, and I was like, how does he actually get into that? And so to see that's actually like baggy at first, and like he puts it on, and then when he presses the spider, it all gets skin tight. Like that really explained a whole lot for me. So right there, it's baggy, and then he presses that button, and it all comes together nicely. And I saw some people in comments of different videos saying like, what if the button was to accidentally be pressed by like some kind of objective or something? Like, would it unzip his? Would it like make his costume baggy again? Like, I actually wondering it myself. Maybe it's like sensitive to the touch of the fabric of the suit of whoever's wearing it. I don't know, but yeah. And in my review for Justice League, I also realized like I should have had it kind of playing like in slow motion, so I made some adjustments since that video. So another nice shot of the expressive eyes, and I think I mentioned it in my analysis of the teaser trailer for this movie, maybe, but I like how the lenses is kind of different from the lenses in Civil War. Like you can see how it looks like a camera lens, like the different like the different levels, the different layers of the lenses, Another good shot at his web shooters. And these shots right here, what I got from it is like, it's kind of like one of the reasons why Tony comes in, because he's only had this power for like around 6 months, and so these first few scenes when he's swinging, he's like swinging kind of like recklessly, like just of his free will, like going where he wants to go because he wants to do this like for fun, That's like if you look at the different areas where he is swinging at. See, is this right here? This is what I was talking about when I was saying like recklessly swinging, and Tony was saying like, "Look, can't you just be our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man?" And I geeked out when he said that iconic line. But yeah, see, like he just dives into these people's pool at this house party. You know, he's just like being reckless about his new powers. So yeah, that's pretty much that's what Tony's telling him. We get our first look at Ned and Peter like in a class together, and he's asking them a whole bunch of questions. I assume this is like the day after that night he found out Peter was Spider Man. Asking him like, can you summon a whole bunch of spiders, like kind of like Ant Man can summon a whole bunch of ants? And he's like, no, 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 like I can't do all of that. So it's cool to get to see their friendship and like their chemistry together, you know. And also, I love this shot right here. We actually got a lot of set photos like this exact shot kinda, and to actually see it in the trailer is really awesome. The iconic like half mask. This right here. Now I heard rumors that Captain America would or could maybe be in the movie. I was like, nah, 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 like no, no, no. And below and behold, he has a freaking cameo in the movie. That is crazy. Captain America's Fitness Challenge. And I really like this because it also, like, to us, these superheroes are just like superheroes, like that we know and love and stuff. And, like, we know they're fictional. But in the world of the MCU, it's cool to see how the citizens in the world of the MCU look at these heroes. Like, um, how Captain America has like his own fitness challenge thing. You know, like the in the MCU, these heroes are kind of like celebrities, and so they're involved in like certain endorsements and organizations and things like that, which I'll get into later with Tony. So I love this right here, and Ned says, "Do you know?" Spider-Man's like, "Yeah, I stole his shield." I loved that right there. Now this is kind of confusing for me because if you remember in the first trailer when he like pressed the button and let his shirt down, like he was topless, like he didn't have anything on, which is explainable because he has the skin tight suit on. So I don't know if this is that same shot, but they did a reshoot for it, or if he may like put on the shirt afterwards. I don't know. Yes, can you try it on? And this right here, this is another one of, huh? Okay, I haven't noticed right here, but is Peter hanging upside down, or am I just tripping and is it just his head? Because it, when you look at it, I don't know. And he's also looking up too. Ned's also looking up, so I don't know. But you can see the projection that Ned is using, and that is from Peter's spider suit. That's one of the upgrades that he got from Tony Stark. And I wonder what that say projection of. That's like a dome over it. I don't know if that's just part of the projection or if like it's a place with a dome over it. Because you remember the Stark Expo in Iron Man 2. I don't know if it's that or if that's just part of the projection. It puts a dome over whatever it's projecting. I don't know. And this right here, we get our first shot at like um getting to see Peter kind of use his intellect, you know, because in the comics that's one of the things he's known for. He's very, very smart. He's in the Midtown High Science Club, which I love that he's a part of that in this movie too, as we saw in the shot with the Captain America cameo. He was wearing his Midtown High Science shirt. So he's definitely in that club, and we get to see him kind of using his intellect here. And I wonder what they're working on. Like, are they trying to? Is it some equipment from the spider suit, and they're trying to figure out how to work it, or is this just a scene early in the movie, like when we get to see them, the two working together? I don't know. A nice shot at the Stark Tower, which, well, Stark Tower, the Avengers Tower, which we haven't seen since Age of Ultron, actually. And in the teaser poster, Spider-Man was hanging on the big A on the Avengers Tower. So I wonder if he's gonna maybe swing by there for something in the movie. I don't see why they would tease it on the poster, but then not actually um have him go there, you know. It'll just seem kind of like a letdown. And right here, I'm wondering how Adrian Toomes, which is the Vulture's real name, I wonder how he has an Iron Man helmet. I don't know if like he constructed it himself, or maybe since he runs a salvage company that cleans up after the Avengers messes, maybe he got it from there. But then again, I don't know why Iron Man would just leave the helmet there. But then again, you remember in the first... Oh, okay, never mind. The Hulk had only tore off like his front plate, so no. But yeah, you see, I don't know. I really don't know how he has an Iron Man helmet. And right here, we get our first look, and we're first notified that Damage Control is now being debuted into the MCU through Tony Stark. So those of you who are unfamiliar, or refresher for all of you, Damage Control is a government-run organization that cleans up after the Avengers messes. They are well known in the comics, and it's awesome to have them introduced into the MCU through Tony Stark. And this causes Adrian Toomes' salvage company to, you know, pretty much have no need anymore, because that's what his salvage company did. They cleaned up after the Avengers messes. So now, because Tony is starting Damage Control, Adrian Toomes is out of a job, and that's why he's upset with Tony, and that's why one of the reasons Tony is in this movie, which really, really, really gets to me. Well, it doesn't get to me, but I just don't understand why people still can't see and understand why Tony is in this movie, because a lot of people think it's just because, oh, he's the main character in the MCU, you know, he has to be thrown in every single movie. No, that's not why. There's another reason why, which we'll get to later in the trailer when we get to that part. But this is one of the reasons why he's in this movie specifically, is because he's starting a Damage Control, and that's putting Adrian Toomes out of a job, causing him to be upset with Tony. So, yeah. And he's pretty much saying the world is changing, we need to change too. So that's how he gets his Vulture alias. We get to see kind of like the rotors in the Vulture suit, and I'm just really, really, really impressed with the suit, because if you remember in the comics, it was he had like a really excuse me. He had a really corny outfit, you know, so I'm really impressed with how Boss and BA they made him look in this movie, and just how large and long the wings are. Like, it is really, really impressive. And most of this is made out of Chitauri Tech, and he has a lot of it because his salvage company cleans up after the Avengers messes. So that's how he has the Chitauri tech. And I'm pretty sure he takes it to the Tinker to have it fixed up and, made into an outfit. We also hear Peter saying this guy is really dangerous, like somebody needs to stop him. The regular authorities, police and people like that, like they don't seem like they're a match for him. We need somebody who can stop this guy. We have a look at this door again, which again, this is just my speculation. I think behind that door could be the Iron Spider suit, and this could be like at the end of the movie, and we see them walk up to the door and Tony shows him the Iron Spider suit. That's just my speculation as of now, because you can see there's clearly like a closed door with some like ridges in the middle keeping it sealed. So that's just my personal speculation. We also see Spidey right here, which looks to be on top of the Avengers Tower. I actually don't know. It showed the Avengers Tower, and then it showed Spider-Man, but I don't remember a flag being exactly on top of it exactly. But I don't know. We'll have to wait until the movie comes out to see that, because it showed them really close up and like avoided showing the building. So, yeah. We also see when the ferry scene starts right here, you see Spider-Man leaping down onto the ferry. And I don't know exactly why he came, like if he knew the Vulture was going to be here. Apparently he knew some of his goons would be right there. So I don't know if like he knew the Vulture was coming, or if if it was a setup for the Vulture tried to get Spider-Man to come there, like luring him in. I love this shot right here. Pointing fingers. And that right there is Tony upgraded his suit. He upgraded his web shooters. He has like different types of web shooters, and one of the different variations of the web shooters is that he could shoot like multiple webs, like 2 webs from each side, So that's what he did right there. And it just shows how strong he is. I really love that they're showing like his true strength. And I'm guessing that's another variation of the web. Look at that again. He shot it. It hit that one car. It's like a detonation web. Okay. Look at it one more time. Okay. Look right there. You can see it like glowing red. It's like a detonation web. That's really cool. You see the Vulture and just how strong the suit is. Like you can see like he has blades on his suit and the huge rotors. Just shows how strong the wings are. And I like this shot right here because in the first trailer, we also saw this shot right here, and I don't know why, it might just be me, but it looks a little more cleaned up than, the CGI looks a little more cleaned up than it did in the first trailer. He has a practical suit on, but of course they use CGI to enhance it and make it look better, especially the lenses. And I don't know if that weapon is also made of Chitauri tech, but is really, really powerful, and it looks like he uses it on the roof of the ferry. He points it at the roof and splits the boat in half. And look at all, like, he had to have went from one end to the other end of the boat. Like, look at all the webs that are there, and he's just like trying to get from spot to spot. Like, I just love this shot right here. Like, he knows these people he knows these people are in trouble. He's like, no, 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 like I gotta stop this in time. Like I just love this shot right here. And this right here, a lot of people were talking about this, saying the CGI did not look his best. And I don't know. I mean, as much as a fan I am for Marvel, like when I see something, I can't just deny it because I'm a fan. I mean, it looks fine to me. Like I can deal with it. But I think I could see where people are coming from if you look like at his chest right here and then this area right here where you can see the kind of the webbing, the web traces and the expressive eyes. But for me it looks fine. Like I can deal with it, but I can see where people are coming from. And right here, this was awesome. And kind of could have been saved for the movie. I don't know. Some people are talking about the scene where Iron Man comes in to help Spider-Man. Now, for me, I was perfectly when I saw this, like it didn't affect my going into and watching the movie. Like this was fine for me. Like I can still go into the movie and enjoy this whole entire scene, knowing that Stark would now be helping Spider-Man with the fairy. But for some people, like it was revealing too much. They would have rather waited until they saw it first time in the movie. I mean, it would have been cool if they waited, but for me, like it doesn't affect me. I'll go into the movie and enjoy it just the same. So it's all good with me. But the thing is, it would have been cool if maybe Tony wasn't helping, just so we could see Spider-Man's true strength. But then again, like he hasn't even had his powers for like a year yet, so this is understandable. Like I don't think he would be at that strength where he can completely do it on his own. And I kept it paused here because I want to talk about these like missile things that aren't really missiles, but more they attach to the boat and like they kind of help push it to get it to come back together. I don't know if these are parts of the Ultimate Iron Man suit because I don't know if that would just be flying out of nowhere. Like, and since it is the Ultimate Iron Man suit, I don't know if like they're coming from his suit or they're just coming from the Avengers Tower. Really good shot at his suit. So I'm guessing the upper part is still gold and stuff like that, but the body has like a gray metallic look. See, you can see the things they're stuck to the boat, like helping push it together. There's a lot of them. And also the first really, really good look at Tony's Ultimate Iron Man armor is pretty much the Bleeding Edge armor from Civil War, except instead of the gold, it has that gray metallic build, you know. And it looks really, really awesome. You can also see Tony right there, and it's pretty much like come back together now. So that was like one of the big set pieces in the first trailer, and now we kind of have a figure of how it'll play out. So it would have been cool if they saved it for the movie, but like I said, I'll go into the movie enjoying it just as good because we still don't know the rest is going to happen on that boat. So he's realizing, like, you could tell he's realizing like he screwed up. And I love this shot right here of Tony landing like a boss, coming out with the ultimate armor. And you could tell like Peter maybe wasn't expecting him to be there, and Tony's coming to tell Peter, like, you know, like people could have died. Like, what were you thinking? And he's like, I just wanted to be like you, Tony. And you know, he's like, I want you to be better, because there's a lot of things I want to talk about right here. So he said, I want you to be better. You could think back to Age of Ultron, when he created Ultron and started that whole mess. Pretty much had a kind of a share in dividing the Avengers, even though in Civil War I was on Tony's side. The things he said I agreed with, so I was on Tony's side during that. But it can be argued that he basically split up the Avengers, and you can just think back to many problems that Tony's caused. So when he says these lines right here, people don't get them. Like, these lines really mean something in this whole entire scene in this part of the trailer that just happened. Like, I want you to be, Peter said, I want to be like you, and Tony said, I want you to be better. That means something. Like, that goes back to things Tony has done. And he's saying, like, I want the suit back because he's the one who gave Peter the suit. And he's like, no, 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 I'm nothing without the suit. You can't take my suit away. And this right here, what Tony said, and people don't get this. When Tony said, what did he say? Oh yeah, if you're nothing without the suit, then you don't need the suit. Like, people don't understand the meaning of this, and you could take it back to a lot of different movies. One I'll take it back to is the first Avengers movie, when Steve and Tony were having that altercation, Steve said, take off the suit of armor, and what are you? And Tony responded with, billionaire, genius, playboy, philanthropist. However you say that. Philanthropist. So, he was telling Steve that, like, I don't need the suit. I don't need the Iron Man suit. I'm still great. I'm still all these things without the suit. I don't need the suit. It's the man behind the suit. And also, Iron Man 3, you could take it back there, like, because pretty much, like, the whole movie, he didn't even use the suit. Like, for the airplane scene, when he was saving he used it there, but, like, he wasn't in it. But, okay, a better scene would be the kind of castle scene when he was trying to get to the Mandarin, and he got free, and, like, well, he was using it there, too. But you get what I mean. Like, his suit was pretty much out of commission for a good part of Iron Man 3. Like, when he had to sneak into the Mandarin's place, like, he didn't use his suit at all. He used his genius he used his smarts, his genius, to figure a way to sneak into there. So, that's, like, yeah. It's just really, I really don't like it that a lot of people do not understand this scene and do not understand why Tony is in this movie at all. They just think it's because of that he's the main character factor, when it's not. It really isn't. So it's going to be really interesting to see their dynamics. They had a huge dynamic in the comics, and it's going to be so cool to see that played out on screen. And you can tell, like, right there, he's looking like, I've screwed up. Why did I do this? Another shot. I don't know what's happening here. He has his mask off, so I don't know if he just came out of an altercation. I don't know. There's not much to tell from that scene. Okay. So, this is like our only look at Aunt May. Okay. So, and you can see Peter. Okay, so there were some set photos released like a long time ago. He was wearing some Hello Kitty pajamas and a shirt that said "My Trip to NYC." So that's actually going to be a part in the movie. So I don't know why he would need to be in that shirt and in Hello Kitty pajamas. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see how that plays out. And she's telling him, like, the thing we've always heard, I may tell him, like, you don't need to put the whole world on your shoulders, but she doesn't realize that he's Spider-Man, so, you know, it's kind of that dynamic there. And right here. I'm wondering if this is before the plane scene. I wonder if like this is their first. Well, it can't be their first because he said I've told you already. So this is one of their altercations, and I wonder if this is before the plane scene because the building that they're in, it kind of looks like, I don't know, it could be holding a plane or something, or maybe they just fly out of the building or something. I don't know, but we see him in his homemade suit, and I'm assuming this is after Tony has taken his suit, and so he's gone back to fight the Vulture on his own. And he's pretty much telling him, like, I'm gonna show you what happens when you mess with my family. Like, nobody messes with my family. See that shot, the shocker that we saw first time, and we did not see this before. I'm pretty sure that's made out of Chitauri tech, and it looks like Peter just got into the battle, like he just snuck around the corners, like getting ready for the battle or something, because you can see him putting his mask on, and then he just gets hammered with a bolt of electricity through the door of the bus, just showing how strong he is. Again, showing how strong he is, like freaking bent the whole bus. Like a regular human, like it wouldn't have done anything to the bus. They would have just hit the bus and fallen on the floor unconscious. But that just shows his strength. Again, that shot at the Vulture, and I never realized that thing behind him. So, the plane scene, where it shows them fighting on the plane, my speculation as of now is that they were on that plane fighting, and we saw it burning. So I assume it burned and crashed onto this beach, and that explains why the fire is everywhere, and that explains why they're on the beach. That's my guess. Since he's also in his homemade suit again. Another menacing shot at the Vulture. Like, look at this. This looks so awesome. So BA. Like, yes, this is the Vulture. Another. Huh. Okay, so I think that. So you remember the shot, like previously, where he was walking up to Adrian Toomes, the Vulture. I think this is that same building, and the fight starts in this building. You can see Spider-Man trying to get away from the Vulture, and just how powerful the Vulture's wings are, like, is ripping apart cement walls and things like that. I love that slide shot, and he gets into the iconic spider pose. And look how he used his wings as, like, his wings are going to be freaking weapons. Like, I wonder if he could. Oh, okay, like, yeah, he can, like, pull his wings and stuff. So, like, he freaking, like lunged it at him, you know. You can see right there. And this right here just shows, like, this is going to be brutal. Like, this fight scene could be really, really brutal. And it scares me. It's like, I don't want to see anything bad happen to Peter. Like, this fight scene looks like it could be brutal. And we see him hanging Peter on his wings, and it's obvious that right here he knows Spider-Man's true identity because Peter is unmasked. So now he knows who he is, so it's a possibility that he can learn about Aunt May and, like, everybody he loves. Like he said in the first trailer, I would destroy everyone you love. And here's Aunt May. This was in the first trailer, actually, but yeah. Aunt May at his school, so I don't know why she would have been called up to his school. I assume she was called up to his school. And a shot of Liz Allen and Peter at the homecoming dance. So I wonder if the Vulture's going to do something at the homecoming dance to where he's going to have to leave the dance and suit up as Spider-Man. Right here, we see the destruction of what I'm pretty sure is the Washington Monument. I actually do not know if that's what it is or not. If it's not, then our education system has failed me. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's in Washington. They're on a Washington field trip, the Washington Monument. So I'm assuming the vulture did it with like that thing he has, but I don't see anything present near it. You just see it explode. And Spider-Man was actually climbing on it in the first trailer. He was climbing up the Washington Monument, so hopefully our friendly neighborhood web swinger was not up there. But yeah, we see it explode. I assume that's in. Yep, that's inside it. You can see. Yeah, you can see right there, Washington Monument, which I assume it is. A really, really, really nice look at his suit and how like his suit's definitely different from Civil War, because in Civil War the spider was like on his chest was like, like, well, it was all CGI, so it was like really just printed onto the suit. But right here you can see that like it's like bold. It's like bolted out of the suit, since how he can press it. And I'm pretty sure that is also the Spider Tracer. And he's standing right next to Zendaya. I forgot who she's playing, but yeah. Right here, this was from the teaser. I actually did my own analysis on the teaser trailer on the same video that I did my reaction on. So yeah, check that out if you would like. Yes, this right here proves it. That's definitely the spider on his chest. Like, just look at the design, especially the back end. And I love this part right here because, and this is after he's climbed up to the top of the monument and police have arrived. And in the comics, Spider-Man is known as a menace part of the time by J. Jonah Jameson especially. And I'm surprised we actually haven't seen him or heard anything of the Daily Bugle, and if it exists within the MCU, because that's one of the reasons Spider-Man is known as a menace, because J. Jonah Jameson doesn't like Spider-Man, so he always calls him a menace in the papers. So I don't know if that's the reasoning here too, or maybe just another reason. I don't know. It could be because the ferry incident that could have happened before this. I'm not exactly sure. So he obviously got off the building off the monument before it exploded. This right here, I don't know where he could be busting into. I'd assume the monument. I think it is because it's on the field trip, I think, and Liz was in the elevator, so yeah. Another shot of the vulture. Yo, I didn't notice that. Look, Spider-Man is hanging on to the vulture. I wonder if this is how the plane scene happens. Like, this is how I think it maybe happens. So you remember the building where Spider-Man met the Vulture in his homecoming suit. Then we saw some scenes of them fighting. Then maybe they fly out and go throughout New York, and then they go up in the sky, and that's how they get on the plane. And then after the plane crashes, they land on that beach. And Peter's mask comes off, so he sees his identity when he's holding him up with the wing. And so he flings him down to the ground, and that's the shot that we see of Peter when he's on the ground in his homemade suit with his mask off, like kind of bleeding and roughed up. That's my short analysis of how that whole thing plays out. I hope I didn't just spoil it for myself. But I think that's how this will play out. Right here, he's telling Ned, I got to do this on my own. Like, I don't really care what Tony says. Like, I need to do this on my own. And right here is another shot of Spider-Man the Vulture from when we from, hold up, from right here, this right here is that same shot. You see them going higher and higher. So yes, that's definitely how I think the plane scene happens. It's probably having second thoughts like, what am I doing? Yep, you can see the plane right there. They go past the plane. It looks like the vulture already did some damage to it. He attaches his web to it. Right here, like, when you think about this part right here, he could have died. Peter could have pretty much died. If he would have been an inch further, he would have died. That is crazy. And that's what Tony's talking about when he's like, you know, in these situations, you know, you could be killing you could almost be killing yourself. You can see the plane starting to crash and burn. Spider-Man hanging on. And seeing them talking with Tony saying, don't do anything stupid, alright? And we just see this. Something really, really stupid. But awesome at the same time. Kind of using his webs to like kind of control the plane as it's crashing in a way. Really, really nice shot of his homemade suit. And that's pretty much it. So, like I said, there's nothing, these reviews and analysis and breakdowns that I do, they're nothing professional at all. It's just me giving my own thoughts and opinions and my own review and analysis and just things that I saw and things that I think could connect and things that I think make sense and things like that. So, yeah, let me know what you thought. If you enjoyed it, give the like button a thumbs up, tap subscribe, and chime the bell to be notified of my next upload. My name's Joe, aka Mad Joe FC. Hope you all have a marvelous day. Mad out.